Can an egg be made to roll downhill? Good day, viewers, and welcome to a fresh episode. We're still on PMP of March 31st to April 2nd, 2003. The page being page 10. Following story, It Happened to Me. Title, I Was Accused. Namshi. To my mind, life has always been unfair to me all this time. I've been whipped, shaken, and floored by the tough deals life handed me. Full stop. It happened on the 25th December 1998 when my landlord's children accused me of providing their father with another woman, and even to the extent of convincing him not to marry their mother anymore. I had lived in the house for 5 years and was a very close friend of my landlord, who was then 70 years and I was 20. Though he was very old, he was active and strong. I always accompanied him on his rounds in town. I would hold and support him when he needed help. I was therefore praised and adored by his children and the other tenants for being so kind and humble to the man, until the unfortunate happened. Paragraph. One day, the old man went to town alone, and he met a woman. He met a woman, immediately he proposed to her. So don't joke with people of the 70s. So I'm almost 70, and I'm yet proposing. Okay. And immediately he proposed to her, full stop. The woman, seeing he was a sugar daddy, also accepted his proposal. She took him to her house. The next day, the old man took me to the lady's residence at Teshi, and he lied to me that she was his youngest sister. Oh, old man, old man, old man, old man, old man. Huh? Okay. In fact, he was able to convince me. From that day, he always gave me sums of money to be given to his new catch. Of course, the children will be jealous. The children won't like you. Hmm? You are diverting their money to a sugar baby. Hmm? I sometimes accompanied him to the woman's house. The affair went on for almost 10 months, and he even drove away his wife to pave the way for his new woman. Oh, he slept with her, bathed with her, and did everything with her. Paragraph. At first, his children couldn't say anything, but later, when they got to know that I was close to the woman and she sometimes gave me money, they suspected I was behind it all. And from the way things were going between the three of us, the other tenants also concluded I had a hand in it. On the eve of Christmas, something mischievous happened in our house. The landlord's children gathered behind my door with sticks, making a lot of noise, saying, "Today he is dead. We will mash him. We will mash him. No, we will mash him like kenke." Kenke is a Ghanaian food, popular Ghanaian food. Mm. We will mash him like kenke. When I opened my door to inquire what the noise was about, they pulled me out of the room and together they pounced on me. Paragraph. Words cannot adequately describe the severe beatings I received. Full stop. What the woman went through was an eyesore. We were thrown out of the house. In fact, I was close to naked when I was thrown out of the house. I promised myself not to go in for anybody at all as a friend. I wonder why it takes so many years to acquire a good name only to lose it in a day. The writer, Alasan Muhammad, by Alasan Muhammad. Okay, next story. My deepest regret. Life is not fun. Life is not fun. I think I'll come to my story later, my own story. Plenty of it later, God willing. Okay, life is not fun. Life is not always fun as some people see it. Full stop. Especially the youth of this generation. Parents and teachers always advise children to stay away from certain social vices and immoral acts, but as ignorant as they are always, they are deceived by friends. Full stop. Sometimes some of them lack knowledge, and there's no way to be out of the trap set to be out of the trap set by some evils of this century. Full stop. I had been spoken to by a lot of people, including my parents and teachers, but I didn't think it was prudent to take to take the many pieces of advice. I can't remember reading these two stories. No, I can't. I think I didn't have time. I just left them out. Okay, let's continue. Paragraph. I had interest in girls and even went to the extent of developing the desire of having sex with any lady I met. I took to this act when I was in junior secondary school, and by the time I got to the senior secondary school, I had become addicted to it, so much so that no amount of words and advice my teachers would change by my teachers would change my mind. Even though I was a brilliant student, I started performing badly academically due to this kind of behavior, which gave me little time to study. My teachers, parents, and friends became tired of me and decided to leave me alone to please myself. Of course, as a student, you can never maintain your performance once you become a womanizer. That is a fact because there's no time. You can't have time to do hard work. And even if you are gifted, your brain, your gift goes down. Mhm. Okay. I had decided to leave me alone to please myself. Paragraph. I thought life was fun until one Saturday evening. Full stop. There was this girl whom I befriended and immediately desired to have sex with her. I had always demanded sex from her many times, but she refused on such occasions. I could hardly control my feelings of having to go to bed with her, and so I raped her in my own room. Full stop. Unfortunately for me, the girl screamed so loud that four strong men came from nowhere and attacked me. I was beaten very well. Not very badly, but very well. Oh, yes. Not very badly, but very well. I, uh, I was beaten very well and had cuts all over my body. I could not do anything because I was very weak. After, after resting a while on the floor where I was damped after being beaten, I got up to go home. On my way home, I felt like urinating. On my way home, I've on my way home, I felt like urinating. Unfortunately, but she refused so much so that I could hardly control my feelings of having to go to bed with her. So I raped her. Sorry for the interference. Sorry for bad reading. After resting a while, yes, that's where we were. After resting a while on the floor where I was dumped after being beaten, I got up to go home. On my way home, I felt like urinating, and so I went ahead to do so. In, in the act, a policeman held me from behind and gave me a dirty slap for urinating there. Hey, two troubles, one God. As Nigerians say two troubles, one God. Let me repeat that. Uh, on my way home, I felt like urinating, and so I went ahead to do so. In the act, a policeman held me from behind and gave me a dirty slap for urinating there. This time, not a good slap, but a dirty one. Or not a clean slap this time, but a dirty one. Mm. And for urinating there, full stop. I was sent to the police station and asked by my parents. I was sorry. I was sent to the police station and asked by my parents to bail me, but they refused, and so I was summoned and taken to court, where I was declared guilty of the act and therefore sentenced to prison for 6 months with hard labor. Which act? For urinating or for raping? Anyway, let's go on. In the cell, I learned a lot and realized my faults. I decided to change for the better. Unfortunately for me, my right eye didn't see properly as a result of the beatings I received from the four men and who came to rescue the lady I raped. Who came to rescue the lady I raped? My health failed many times and was taken to the hospital. Full stop. After a series of tests were conducted, it was found out that I was HIV positive after serving my term. Sorry, positive, full stop. After serving my term, I came back home a totally changed person, full stop. In fact, it was not pleasant experience. I really have regretted all my acts, no name, but under as told to Frederick Bedo. For the fellow will shy to put the name. Sad story anyway. He was beaten well and he had a dirty slap. Mhm. Well beaten, dirty slap. All right. The next story, campus life. I changed from shame to Victor. Adex, at the entrance of the school dormitory, my mother called me once again and said, Samuel, I implore you to create a good reputation for yourself in your new school, because the name you create for yourself will follow you. Remember the story of Jabez in 1 Corinthians 4:9. A word to the wise, full stop. I immediately interrupted jokingly. Is is in the north with the comic interruption. My mother embraced me firmly and gave me a kiss before she left me. I don't understand that. Let me go again. After quotation of Corinthians, let's see. A word to the wise, full stop. I immediately interrupted jokingly. Is in the north. Is in the north is inverted commas. Mm. With the comic interruption, my mother embraced me firmly and gave me a kiss before she left me. Even though I must admit life on campus as a greenhorn was not easy, things moved on quite smoothly. quite smoothly as expected, but all things came to an abrupt end in the second year. Due to my desire to attain recognition in the school, I opted for shame boy. Let me repeat that. Due to my desire to attain recognition in the school, I opted for Shame Boy in inverted commas, as my nickname, since all my colleagues had gotten fame and admiration through their filthy nicknames. Hmm. Students. Not long, my nickname spread like bushfire. One Sunday evening, I couldn't go to prep because I had diarrhea combined with a feeling of nausea. Full stop. I went to a bush close to our dormitory, precisely near the garden of the senior housemaster, to throw up many times. The following Monday morning, at devotion, it was announced that some boys went to steal foodstuff from the senior housemaster's garden. Comma. Upon investigation, it was alleged that I was the culprit. Full stop. Immediately, I heard what had been said about me. About me, I nearly turned into jelly and almost collapsed as I moved in front onto the stage to face the whole school. Full stop. All attempts to defend myself proved futile, and I was given 12 unforgettable lashes on the back. Full stop. As if that was not enough, I was suspended for 4 weeks. Comma. That that itself was a big blow to send me to my grave. Full stop. I came back to school after my suspension, not to talk of the agony I went through in the house. Sorry. Full stop. 3 weeks after I had come to school, another shameful incidents happened to me. One Saturday night around 11:00, that's around 11 p.m., I was going to the dormitory after hectic studies, into brackets, which was wrong because I should have gone for entertainment, but I didn't, bracket close. When I saw a Form 1 Form 1 half naked lying helplessly on the floor in one of the classrooms, screaming in screaming full stop. In fact, I was very bewildered, but as a good Samaritan, I went there to offer assistance. Suddenly, someone attacked me at the back and gave me some hard slaps. Hey, today hard slaps, dirty slaps, from dirty slaps to hard slaps. Hmm? When I looked back, it was the school watchman. Full stop. I got angry and asked him why he slapped me. He also got angry and started talking on top of his voice about heaven knows what. Within seconds, other many students and some other people, including the headmaster, came to the scene. Hyphen. Apparently, they had heard the watchman talking so loudly at the time of the night. Full stop. To my total dismay, the watchman accused me of assaulting the girl. The greenhorn also narrated that some unidentified boy. That's it. I think that's it. It's no mistake. Mm. The watchman accused me of assaulting the girl. The greenhorn in inverted commas. The greenhorn also narrated that some unidentified boy dragged her to the classroom. Okay, that's the girl speaking. That's the girl described as greenhorn. Mhm. The greenhorn also narrated that some unidentified boy dragged her to the classroom and defiled her. In the end, it became crystal clear that I was the culprit. My word, not again. In inverted commas, my word, an exclamation mark, not again. I said to myself when I was asked to go on suspension for 2 months. Hey, paragraph. On the last day for the 2 month suspension to be over, I was in my room in the house reflecting on all that was happening to me when I heard one preacher on air preaching about the power and spirit behind names. Mm. After listening, I realized that my nickname had so much affected me. Well, he put affect had so much affect me. I'm correcting it to affected me. Full stop. I knelt down and prayed to the Lord to change my destiny. And as part of my repentance, I changed my nickname to Victor that very night. When I went back to school, I told my colleagues about the change of my name and warned those who called me by shame boy, to stop calling me so. Paragraph. A month later, we wrote the SSECE in peace. The results were released after 6 months, and believe you me, I was the one with the best results in the district. The teachers, including my peers, were amazed. The question most people were asking was whether my name, Victor, caused my success. What would it be if I wrote the exam with my former name, Shame? The question is yet to be answered by Stanley O. Amuako. So, Stanley O. Amuako, your story is being read here. You might be in your 40s or 50s now. Mm. We are sharing your story to YouTube. Mm. But why did you use Shame Boy at all? You know his evil name. So, this is a lesson to the youth. You want to choose a name, choose a holy name. Mm? Choose a name that is divine, a name that is popular, and not an unpopular name that will put you in a group of evil people. Yes, that was page 10. Page 11 is full of heart to heart. I think people wanting pen pals or so. Yes, let me take one. I am a man of 47, single and a technician. I like to marry a good, fearing, and humble lady between 32 and 36 years. Send photo and phone number. Yes. I did this before, and I have so many letters from ladies. Maybe someday I'll read some of them. Mm. And unfortunately, I wasn't able to marry any of them. Okay, on the other side of the paper is it's all in your star. That's tarot, from Aquarius to Capricorn. Mm. Then heart to heart, how to enter, how to find there are coupons there to fill for advertisement. You and your health, dear doctor, know more about the cold. The family lawyer. I was nowhere near the scene of crime. The family lawyer. Can I go into execution now? Send your nagging legal questions to the PMP lawyer. Write to box 14561 or fax number 021 232526. I don't know if we should go there. Okay, let's skip it for now. Maybe if there's time we might come back to it. Okay, religious corner. This is good for both Christians and Muslims. So religious corner, I always believe it's for all people who are interested in religion. Uh, Pamper link. Okay, pamper link. These are people needing pampers. Let me read the first one. Rita Obu 14, St. Peter's Methodist GSS, Box 11, Ashanti. Wants pampers from all over the world. Hobbies, reading, singing, making friends. And we have 10 of such requests here. Following. Now, religious corner. Returning to the view, or returning to the New Testament pattern. Returning to the New Testament pattern. Who wrote it? Um, okay, let's go. I haven't seen the writer yet. Uh, in vivid contrast, in vivid contrast to the pomp, ceremony, and ritual of humanly devised religion stands the simple yet beautiful worship of the New Testament Church. This worship, inspired by God and taught by the apostles, provides the only real pattern by which acceptable worship can be carried out today. Full stop. One danger in falling away from this pattern lies in the fact that some unscriptural human practices have been carried on so long that they are often accepted without the slightest hesitation, even though authority even though authority for their use cannot be found in a single verse of the New Testament. Full stop. Since they cannot be found in God's word, they must of necessity be the commandments of men, of which Jesus spoke, and therefore constitute vain worship. Into brackets, Matthew 15:9. Matthew 15:9. Next read. The Bible teaches that the plan of worship laid down by Christ and the apostles was simple and easily understood. Full stop. It, it, cons- it consisted of five items: one, prayer; two, preaching; three, giving; four, the Lord's Supper; and five, singing. Read a brief study of each of these. That's below. So we go to tackle the first one, prayer. The importance of prayer is so generally accepted as to require little commitment. A few of the many scriptures that might be cited are Acts 2:42, 12:5, and 12:16-25, and 12:16-25. Then 20:36. First Thessalonians, First Thessalonians 5:17, 1 Timothy 2:1-3, Romans 8:26. Even on this subject, however, human changes have sometimes been made. I love that. I love that. I love that. That's precisely what the Quran says. This fellow, I believe this fellow never read the Quran. But the Quran says the word of God has been tampered with, in the gospel has been tampered with. This fellow certainly, I believe, certainly never read the Quran. You see, let's see. Let me repeat that. Uh, this subject, however, even on this subject, however, human changes have sometimes been made. Hmm? The practice of praying to Mary or to certain saints or of praying through them to God falls into this category. In other words, in other words, uh, praying to Mary or to certain saints, or of praying through them to God, is not right. That's what this writer is telling us. They are not right. The Bible says that there is only in brackets one mediator between God and man, the man Christ Jesus. Into brackets, 1 Timothy 2:5. Mary is nowhere in the Bible exalted to such a position, nor is it even hinted that she has any kind of special authority or position above any other faithful disciple. Full stop. See Matthew 12:46-50. That's in brackets, sorry. Full stop. The practice of praying to saints is like the product of pure human imagination. The practice of praying to saints is likewise the product of pure human imagination and has absolutely no basis in the scriptures. I love that. And who are saints? Saints are made by men. Somebody dies and they say, oh, he's saint. They give him the name saint and he's buried. So I love this writing. Uh, Let me repeat that. The practice of praying to saints is likewise is likewise the product of pure human imagination and was absolutely no basis in the scriptures. Even an angel of God would not allow such homage. What? This is wonderful. This is wonderful. Hmm? Let me repeat that. Even an angel of God will not allow such homage. In other words, an angel will not allow people to pray to him. Into brackets, Revelation 19/10. See also Acts 10:25-26. Full stop. In brackets, full stop. All such acts are therefore the commandments of me and are vain worship. Matthew 15:9. Oh God. Oh God. Unfortunately, I'm not getting the writer's name. Anyway, let's go on. Namshi. Then the second topic we are tackling is preaching. Like prayer, the importance of preaching the gospel is so widely accepted as to need little commitment. Some prominent scriptures are Acts 27, Galatians 1, Galatians 1, 8-9, 1 Corinthians 1:21, and Acts 2:42. Even in this act, however, men have sometimes departed from God's way. In what way? Let's see. The practice of having woman preaching, the practice of having women preachers publicly taking authority over men in the church has always been condemned in the New Testament in terms that cannot be misunderstood. This is a lesson to everybody. This fellow is talking, more or less talking the Quran. This fellow is more or less talking the Quran. News is term that cannot be misunderstood. Full stop. The Apostle Paul said, let your women keep silent in the churches. Let your women keep silent in the churches. For it is not permitted unto them to speak. but they are commanded to be under obedience, as also saith the law, into brackets, 1 Corinthians 14 to 34, brackets closed. Again, again we read, but I suffer not a woman to preach. Oh, it's not a woman here, but it's a woman. Okay, I've corrected it. But I suffer not a woman to preach, nor to usurp authority over the man, but to be in silence. 1 Timothy 2:12 to 14, in brackets, full stop. This does not keep a woman from teaching other women or children. Titus 2:3 to 4. Oh, I love this writer. So preaching is different from teaching. The woman can teach, but the woman cannot preach. Yes, I said it before. The mother of Jesus, Mary, was supposed to take on the mantle of or the work of Jesus, but it came out that she was a woman, eh, and therefore she wasn't allowed by the Jews to take over the temple in Jerusalem. They exercised patience until she gave birth to a male who is Jesus, who took up the duties of the temple. So you see, like this writer is saying, some Christians are getting it wrong. Hmm? So we finish. I think we finished with preaching. Yes, that is 2, 3 to 4. 3, giving. In First Corinthians 16, 1 to 2, the Bible states that the contribution was taken upon the first day of the week. Upon the day of the week is in inverted commas. Although supporting the preaching of the gospel is a responsibility and privilege of every Christian, it is always described it is always described in the New Testament as being done on a free will basis. I repeat that, on a free will basis. Full stop. High pressure methods, tithes, etc., were therefore never used. Full stop. The Bible teaches that if contributions have to be secured by such methods, they are not acceptable. They are not acceptable regardless of the amount. Into brackets, 2 Corinthians 9 to 7. Let me repeat that. The Bible teaches that if contributions have to be secured by such methods, they are not acceptable regardless of the amount. 2 Corinthians 9 to 7. 2. For this reason, collections were not taken at every service, and other methods of raising money for the work of the church are unknown by the New Testament. Full stop. Other related scriptures are if Corinthians so are other related scriptures are 2 Corinthians 8, 1 to 8, Matthew 19, 29, Luke 21, 1 to 4. Then under that, there are 7 lessons in all the certificates would only be awarded to those who answer and excel in 7 lessons. There are 7 lessons in all. There are 7 lessons in all and certificates. There are 7 lessons in all, and certificates would only be awarded to those who answer and excel in all 7 lessons. Readers are reminded to submit their answers to Search the Scriptures, P.O. Box 145 61. Accra. Oh, this is referring to a quiz below. Word search. So we will escape where my thumb is downward. Mhm. It's referring to a quiz below. Can see it. Okay. Bible quiz number 035. Yes, we will go to that. And then from there, maybe we'll call it a day. Bible quiz number 035. Question 1. How old was Abram? Sorry, how old was Abram when his name was changed to Abraham? Christians, this is yours. Okay, all religious people. How old was Abram when his name was changed to Abraham? Question 2. What Jewish king called himself after a defeat in battle? What Jewish king killed himself? What Jewish king killed himself after a defeat in battle? Then 3. Where was the church whose members were divided? Some being followers of Paul, some some of Apollos, some of Cephas, and some of Christ. Oh my God. Okay, 4. Which prophet was bidden to lie on his left side 390 days and on his right side 40 days each day for a year of his nation's iniquity, for a year of his nation's iniquity? 5. Who am I? 5. Who am I? I am set to judge Israel all the days of my life. That's question 5. Who am I? I'm set to judge Israel all the days of my life. Question 6. Who am I? I presented a chief illustration of a hardened heart in the Bible. In the Let me repeat that. Who am I? I I present a chief illustration of a hardened heart in the Bible. Yes, that's it. Then question 7. The phrase, and the phrase is coming in inverted commas. The phrase, for his mercy endureth forever, is found in all the 26 verses of the chapter. Name the book and the chapter. Let me repeat that. Question 8. No, question 7. That's question 7. The phrase, into brackets, for all his mercy endureth forever, is found in all the 26 verses of this chapter. Name the book and the chapter. Question 8. Which three prophets belong to the period of the return from exile? Question 9. On what occasion was a well of water springing up in the everlasting life promised? So, okay, let me repeat it with the inverted commas. On what occasion was a, then following in inverted commas? On what occasion was a well of water springing up into everlasting life? Commas close. Promise. When was it promised? Okay. 10. What was Christ's command of perfection? Bible quiz winners, number 035. And the winners I love them. They are good. They are good. The winners are 1. Loveline Enim. I believe that's a woman. Women are very good they are very good in scriptures. 1. Loveline Enim, care of Mr. Emmanuel Atta P.O. Box 8689, Accra, Ghana. I hope she's alive and listening. Mm. So, Evelyn, I salute you. Mm. Then, Stephen Talenda, P.O. Box 27, Abeka, Accra. Then, send your answers to the minister, Kojo. Send your answers to the minister, Kojo Akwa Benyi, P.O. Box 14563, Accra. So, Minister Kojo Akwa Benyi, thank you very much for your contribution to religion, for drawing the attention to believers to the scriptures. Okay, then there are the last part of it. Do remember to write your name and address. Okay, let's leave that. Always quote Bible texts to support your answers. There will be a draw for 3 winners who get all the answers correct, and they will win a copy of the Bible each. Winners of puzzles. I think we stop there. So time is against us. Next time we shall go to page 14. We shall consider page 14. I wonder if there is anything to be done there. Probably, I think the page concerns sports items that are not worth reading. But yes, we will call it a day for the paper. We're finished with the paper. We are in the last page. On the cover pages, Gosa Music is all about music. Deliver Me, Frimpong, a maiden album. Yes, it's about music and musicians. So I think we finished with this paper. And next time, either we start another paper or we resort to the Quran again. Thank you very much for listening. May God bless you very much. Baba ilak ikai.